Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live and alive here in Manor, Texas, at the Manor ISD Athletic Complex, where we are just a couple of minutes out from getting going here in this one between the Manor Mustangs and the visiting Hutto Hippos, of course, from Hutto, Texas. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you all had a great week. It's been a while since we have had a Manor football game here, Manor Mustang football game, I should say. We were over at Manor New Tech last week to catch that one here on Vype, but we are back for the first time since week one. Jack Farrell here joining you alongside my producer and cameraman, Mr. Harley Hudson. How are we doing today, Harley?
Great, honestly.
Honestly, I'm doing pretty great today.
Great, love to hear that. Les Clary keeping an eye on things. Sounds like pretty frantically back in the Vype Live studios. It's a big week for high school football, and it's a big week for people using the internet because we're having some some buffering issues, but we appear to be good to go. Having a lot of trouble with our camera in the early going, but it looks like we are ready now. Both teams now out onto the field, getting into their tunnels. The clock is at 4 minutes, 30 seconds and counting as we get underway. But this should be a fun one. Games that matter officially start today. Of course, every game matters, but now the ones that could get you in or out of the playoffs are here. And it starts the beginning of an 8-game slate for these. Of course, a very big district that these teams are playing in the Round Rock area schools. This is the first home game for either squad. Hutto comes in with, this is the second district game for Hutto. They come in with a record of 2-1. Their loss coming to Judson. We got Bowie and Judson here on the Vype Network. That one also being broadcast live on 102.7 ESPN. But the one district win for Hutto coming today, this last week against Cedar Ridge. They won that one 63-56. So there will be points to be had here today. San Marcos, the other win for Hutto here this season. They won that 63-8. So you know this Hutto offense is going to come in with some firepower, and it's going to be tough for this Manor defense to stop. But we should be equipped for the challenge with Hutto coming on the road. Of course, a big night here for all Mustang fans. You see the cheerleaders lined up here, the team in the tunnel. 3 minutes to go. Manor, of course, coming off of a loss, or rather really coming off of a bye week, but their first game since September 5th. They took on Harker Heights on the road, lost that one 38-14. 60-34 was the score in their home opener, a loss to the Bowie Bulldogs. But now you see there come the Hippos in the burnt orange, black, and white. Yeah, I know that song. Hutto fight, Hippos fight, Texas fight. Either way, you're ready to go. That's my alma mater's fight song. It's one of my favorite songs ever, gotta say. But tonight I'm going to have to not enjoy the sound of that fight song because, as you can see, running out of the tunnel now with the nice, what do you call those, flares? The smoke there for the Mustangs rushing out of the tunnel, getting this home crowd energized. We are just 2 minutes away. We'll send it down to the field for the national anthem here in just a moment. But Manor wearing the all-black uniforms, black pants, white numbers with red accents, black helmets with the red Mustang on them. Hutto, of course, wearing their whites, black pants, burnt orange numbers, black helmets with Hippos in script on one side and the numbers on the other. But here we go. We should be ready now to send it down to the field, but we may have our captains here. Seven o'clock start time, the first game of the season for the Mustangs here at the Manor ISD Athletic Complex. And, of course, Manor, Texas was a 7:30 start, so getting started a little bit early, going to be a little warmer as the summer weather hasn't gone away. We had a little bit of a fake fall for one weekend. Temperatures dropped, but now back up into those hot temperatures. So you saw a lot in the first game between Bowie and Manor. A lot of cramping, a lot of minor injuries like that. So hopefully get the hydration in order. A couple more weeks of practicing in the weather. We'll get them ready. But we are happy that you are with us. And it looks like it might indeed be time. You can see the Hippos on the other side of the field lined up in line, waiting for the Mustangs to come set here. And here we go. Going to go ahead and send it down to the field now for the playing of our national anthem. Hope that came through okay. It was a little bit quiet even here in the stands, but there's our national anthem. Excellent rendition there, and now it's captain's time. Looking out for your Mustangs. It's number 5, Jackson Cofield. He's out there with Darian Godley. Number 1, Damian Godley there as well. Big number 63, Gratian Hall. And number 10, Eddie Robinson. Taking a step back after joining the team out there. For Hutto, see number 74, Braylon Johnson. Got number 5, Caden Stefik. I think that's looks like a number 6, but Malcolm Wheeler. But we have our coin toss, see who gets the ball first here on this beautiful late September afternoon. Still in the low 90s at the time of our kickoff here. Hardly any wind. I believe the signal here is that Hutto will receive. Oh, Mustangs begin on defense. You hear that PA announcement. So coming out for the first time is the kicking unit for this Manor team. Excited to get this one going, the first district game. Bit of an early bye week, but happy to have it. 0-2 are the Mustangs, looking to break that. 2-1 are the Hippos. See on this schedule that I have Cedar Ridge being double counted. So they are not 2-0. They are 1-0 in district, and they are 2-1, not 3-1 in overall play. Getting ready to send this ball deep is Xavier Weaver. One of the many sophomores on this Mustang varsity roster. Couple players back deep to return the ball here for the Hippos. Jaden Fields up there at the top of your screen. And now we are ready to go. Looks like it's maybe an issue with the ball here, getting it on the tee, but now we are all locked in. You hear those cowbells going here for the Mustang faithful, and we are underway right here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a short kick off the hands of the up man there for the Hippos, but able to collect it and burst forward up across the 30-yard line for, and that will be where we start the first drive of the game. I believe that was number 17 Fournette on the carry, or on the return. And that brings out this Hutto offense. In that first game, it was a lot of bend, don't break, although Bowie did score on the third play of the game, but for the most part, it was a lot of self-inflicted errors as they will start under center. The first play of the game will be a handoff, keeping it on the ground, and reading that one nicely, just a yard on the play. Quarterback Caden Stefik, the junior. In the backfield with him. And a motion man coming across that is Fields. And we'll fake the handoff, put it in the air for the first time, and a throw over to the left side is caught and slung out of bounds. That was Fields, the sophomore motion man, catching the pass. That will set up a third down and manageable ball at the, I think they're going to say just shy of the 40-yard line. They will need the 43 to convert. Keelan Chavis, the running back, in the backfield. Got 2 men in the back, 2 receivers lined up wide to the right. Now motion man is the running back. They will keep it on the ground. A push forward, and I'm not sure if he got there. Looks like they will put him right there at the 43-yard line, and that should be enough to move the sticks, and it is. So 1st and 10 here for the Hutto Hippos, and it's a fresh set of downs. Stevic takes the snap. Well, he juggled it. He was trying to pull it back on the, looked like a read option, and then able to come up with it and burst forward. Ended up getting about 4 yards on the play, but a little bit of early wonkiness here for this Hippo offense.
I would be really cautious of number 10 because he has more of a sprinter position.
Now here's 2nd down and about 5. Ball at the 47-yard line. They will keep it on the ground, bouncing it to the outside, but sticking with it, and a nice tackle in the open field. It is number 26, Justin Parker, the junior linebacker. Way to stay with that tackle because that Hutto running back trying to bounce it to the outside. And he had some space out there, but instead it'll be a loss of a few on the play. Sets up a 3rd and long. Ball at the 45-yard line. They needed to get it across midfield to the opposing 47. So a big early test with 3 receivers lined up to the right. And it looks like they might have gotten the Mustangs on a hard count. See the flag out now. Free play. They throw it over the middle and caught. Jaden Fields, his 2nd reception of the day. Looks like it was Woods in on the tackle for the Mustangs. Flag down, of course. I do believe that's just going to be an offsides against Manor. They would have blown it dead if it were a false start, and that is indeed the call. Offsides, Manor. And a big pickup on that play after the nice hard count by Stevic, the Hippo quarterback. So now ball inside the 30, the first drive of the game for Hutto. Taking their time getting the play clock from the sideline. 15 seconds to go on the play clock. 3 minutes gone in the ball game. Play action. Stevic looking. He's got a man deep, and that's going to be broken up. A nice job by Woods because they had a man running. Jaden Littles, the senior wideout, streaking down the field, doing a good job sticking with him, was the senior defensive back, Ronzo Woods. That brings up 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line. Clock stops on the incompletion. It's an empty backfield. Bunch on the left side. 4 receivers there. Could be setting up a screen. And it will be a quarterback keeper instead, and not much doing there for Stevic. Sets up a 3rd down and long, maybe 7. Once again, empty backfield. Now motion man it back there. But here's Stevic looking, pressure coming, and that's going to be picked off! The big D lineman right there. I believe that was Maxwell Osaranaye. The interior D lineman making the pick. It looked like they were trying to set up a little quarterback, or rather a halfback screen. And just reading it all the way was the Mustang D-line and forcing a big turnover there as the Hippos were driving on their first possession of the game. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 10, the first opportunity for the Manor offense. And they will get it with decent field position up at the 31-yard line, and here we go for Cam Huff and the Mustangs. In motion goes Johnson. They will put it on the ground for the first play of the game, and that'll be a loss on the play. Goes Xavier Hill on the carry. And that was an issue for Manor during parts of their home opener against Bowie. Was just getting themselves behind the sticks, setting up tougher drives. And now here on a 2nd and 11, they'll just get the ball out quickly, and they're going to try and get it to Jordan Clark a lot, trying to make a play for himself, and he's got a nice positive gain there up across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So a gain of 7, but on 2nd and 11, that'll set up a 3rd and 4. So now 3rd down and manageable. It's an empty backfield for Cam Huff. No, he can use his legs sometimes. Looks like that Manor was trying to get the hard count going to get Hutto off this time. It worked for the Hippos. It doesn't work for the Mustangs. Here we go. Huff looking quickly over to the right sideline. He's got his man again, and that's 1st down, Jordan Clark. And with Cam Huff, they're going to try and get the ball out pretty quickly with him. Well, this is an offense that likes to stay in the air with a lot of those little quick hitters. And they've got some weapons on the edges, including that guy, Jordan Clark, who already has 2 catches responsible for that 1st down. Johnson in motion again. Here's Huff, get it out quickly, and once again he's got his man Clark. Clark hurdling a defender after breaking a tackle, and he is into Hutto territory. That'll move the sticks. The offense has been all Jordan Clark, the senior wideout for now. The ball is spotted at the 42.
Eventually, that is going to come to haunt them, because if they just keep doing it, they're going to go for that guy.
Yeah. With Jordan Clark, very much a key weapon here. I know Manor likes to spread it around. A guy like Johnny Behendwa is a name you should keep an eye on. Woods lined up here in the slot, lined up out wide. Looks like, is that Bermea? I believe it is, number 21. Here's Huff. They'll get it out to Clark again, trying to set up some blocks. Woods. And nowhere going this time for Jordan Clark. Couldn't quite get the blocks. And that'll set up 2nd down and long, moving back to the 45. They'll slow things down, looking over at the sideline. Six minutes gone here in the 1st quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock. They will motion Hill out. Here's Huff looking, firing over the middle. He's got a man, but it's nearly intercepted. That one will fall to the turf harmlessly, but very nearly there to take it away right back was Cameron Banks. Senior defensive back looked a little shaken up on the play, but he will pop up seemingly all right. That ball gets out a fraction of a second earlier. Mustang receiver might be able to get there, but instead it'll be 3rd down and long. They need to get to the 33 from the 45. Although here might be 4 down territory for the Mustangs, depending on how much of this you can recoup. Pressure coming. Huff looking, firing, and just high. Defender got there right on time. That was Studebaker. That brings up 4th down. And for now, it looks like the plan is to keep the offense out on the field. Could always have some trickery here. Maybe just try to draw the defense off sides. 10 seconds on the play clock, 5:27 on the game clock in the 1st quarter. And Huff takes a couple steps back, and that's what I thought they might do. Boots this one deep. Could it take a Mustang bounce? It does, and recovering that ball at the 6, I believe it was Behendwa. And a nice little punt A little Colt McCoy punt for Cam Huff.
Honestly, on that entire set, the line was doing pretty good to keep him off the quarterback. Or what they could possibly do.
Yeah, absolutely. Harley, a former Elgin Wildcat, correct? Playing offensive and defensive line, so bring that perspective to the booth here.
Yes, sir.
And with the way Manor gets the ball out so quickly, it's going to be real hard for the defensive line, and as this will be a quarterback keeper. Stefik able to get a nice gain out of it. Ball up to the 25-yard line, or rather the 15. Love hearing the band out here on a Friday night. Kicking off your football weekend. Week 4 high school. Here's a low snap. And just about a yard on the carry. Four minutes, 20 seconds to go. Back at the line are the Hippos. Motion man coming across. I think that's Fields. Flag on the play. Should be on the offense. And that'll be a false start. And on a 3rd and 1 that could call 3rd and inches, that ends up being a pretty big call, as that'll march the Hippos back. And Manor with an opportunity to make a nice defensive stand. After the offense unable to do anything with the interception on the first drive. After the penalty, the clock winds. The ball now spotted at the 12-yard line. They need the 17, rather the 18. As we have it looks like a timeout on the field. And this will be a Hutto timeout. 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's been moving by pretty quickly. Got started a little late here today, about 7:04, 7:05. All right. Back out onto the field come the Hippos on a big 3rd down. 3rd down and 6. So we will see what Stefik and this Hutto offense can get going. Empty backfield. Stefik looking right and pressure in his face, and he'll be slung down to the backfield. And that is Eddie Robinson, number 10, off the edge, who has been such a big part of this Manor defense so far this season. Comes up big there, forcing the 4th down, backed way up. Now back to the 5-yard line. And this could be a big opportunity for the Mustangs. You see back to return is Jordan Clark, a guy who's been all over the field so far today for Manor. And special teams have been a bit of an issue here. A few miscues, a few turnovers, some short kicks, but now with his heels at the goal line, let's see if he can get it away, and he does. It's a line drive. Clark should have an opportunity to return it, and he's going to reverse field. Gets a block. He's got the left side, trying to turn on the Jets. He's inside the 15 before he's finally raced out of bounds. I don't see any flags.
Now that was a good one.
And that's the big play that they needed. Sets up the offense with a short field. Still with the 1st down you could get here. Now Cam Huff, Xavier Hill in the backfield with him. It's a tight formation here. So, yeah, like you'd think they keep it on the ground and bouncing it to the outside, picking up about 5 yards on the play to the 10-yard line is number 23, Xavier Hill.
In that situation, I'll actually do that exact same thing because it'll be smarter just to go short but get some distance.
Absolutely. You're not trying to hit a home run on every play, right?
Yeah.
Ball at the 10-yard line, pick up of 5 yards, second down and 5. Now there's a lot of ways you could go here. Second down and manageable. 2 receivers to the right, and they've got a big man. Watch the fade here to Eddie Robinson, lined up all by himself at the bottom of the field. And Huff's going to run the other way. He's got a man open, and it's going to be a drop in the bucket. An easy pitch and catch. 4-6, Johnny Bahenwa making the snag on the 10-yard touchdown pass to Cam Huff. And would you look at that? The Manor Mustangs have struck first. So with 2:55, looks like the offense might stay on the field and try and go for 2. Well, looks like 2 points ease the move here for Manor with 2 minutes 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. There's just a little swinging gate action. Isn't that what they call this? A little trickeration on the 2-point conversion. Play clock isn't winding yet. There it goes, I think. There we go. See, they're all lined up here in this. The ball is in the middle of the field. Don't be surprised if this Manor team just runs back to the ball and lines up, just trying to throw the defense off a little bit. But now the officials meeting behind the field, behind the play. And it looks like you're going to pivot.
They kind of have to because...
Yeah. But it will be number 15, Huff, on the hold. Weaver try and boot this through. The snap and hold are good. The kick, despite some pressure, is up and good, and that is a 7-0 lead for the good guys here. This, of course, a Manor broadcast. We do have 2 broadcasts. It's a double Vype broadcast tonight. We got the Hutto broadcast down the hall here in the press box. We, of course, broadcasting for the fine institution. It is Manor High School, these Mustangs. But let's not forget that touchdown was set up by a few key plays. Hutto was about to have 3rd and inches, and I wouldn't say they've moved the ball at will today, but they've been able to get a couple yards here and there whenever they've needed it. False start forces him back, then a big sack by Eddie Robinson. Forced a punt. They were already going to have good field position, but punter sort of outkicked his coverage, and it led to a big return for Jordan Clark. Set him up at the 15-yard line, and 2 plays later, little pitch and catch into the end zone for the touchdown, make it 7-0. And now it's another opportunity for this Mustang D. Weaver ready to center deep. Flag on the play.
What was the reason?
Don't know. Well, I guess we'll get a look at it, but they're moving it back 10 yards.
The main thing I saw is just somebody get off the field.
Yeah, they had a substitution, but now this will be excellent starting field position for Hutto regardless. Officials talking to the refs here at the bottom. Yeah, right here, right above the Manor logo on your screen, just off camera. But, I mean, they have 11 on the field. There's a flag still down. So that's the previous one. They're picking it up here, but don't know what a 10-yard penalty call would be. Was it 15?
They were on the 40. They moved back to the...
So it's a 15-yard penalty. Because you kick off from there. But so it must have been it's just a conduct penalty, something like that. But that's an instance of Manor shooting themselves in the foot, because after scoring the touchdown, you kind of have some momentum taken away from your sideline. And now it's going to be good starting field position for Hutto, because here, even just taking the ball, he's already at the 25. And a big burst of speed up across the 45 where he will be brought down. And after all that, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Hutto, already threatening Manor territory.
Even the coaches don't know what happened. They're still talking to their officials.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of trying to get the explanation on exactly why the flag came out, you know. I think they know what happened. But all right, back to football. 2:49 to go here as that snap is low and just going to have to dive on it. So, the power of momentum in football, it giveth and it taketh away, because that is a big loss on an unforced error for Hutto. It was just too low for the quarterback Stevick to carry, and now all of a sudden that's a loss of about 8 yards. But here's going to be a free play for Hutto, and just throwing it over the head of his receiver Anderson. They'll get about 5 of it back, still in minus territory coming up on a 2nd down, but that's the 2nd time that Mustang line's fallen for that hard count. Brings up 2nd down from the 42. Man in motion. They will keep this one on the ground, and a big burst of speed up the middle. And cutting to his left side, still on his feet is Chavies. Now inside the 25 to the 20 where he's forced out of bounds, but it will be 1st and 10 for Hutto. Going quickly here, Stevick going to keep this one himself. He's still running. Looked like Manor hadn't figured out he had the ball until he was about 5 or 6 yards down the field, and he's got enough to move the sticks. He's got 1st down and 10, so it'll be goal to go. Clock winds, down under 2 minutes to play here in the quarter now.
This has been an interesting quarter.
It certainly has. Some big chunk plays for both teams, or on Manor coming on special teams, for Hutto coming on the ground. But now 1st and 10, they've got to find the end zone. Now back to it. Stevick barking out orders. Now comes to the line with 1 second left. Got the snap off, looking right, firing. He's got a man, and that ball was caught. Nope, no, it did not survive the ground. For Woods, I mean, not even sure what you can do there. Just the big body of Jaden Fields went up, grabbed that ball, but came down hard on his back, and the ball popped out. So fortunately, incomplete for the Mustangs. A nice effort to go up and grab that ball. Now coming out onto the field is Antoine Lancaster, giving Woods a break. You see that big receiver lined up off the line here. Running back goes in motion. Stefik has it. He's just going to try and get it away. Did he get it out of bounds? He did. Looked like Travion Washington was wanting a little bit of intentional grounding. But they will not get that call. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10 from the 10.
Honestly, I would have said that would have also been intentional grounding.
Yeah, had a case. Didn't look like he was out of the pocket. I mean, there was a receiver, I guess, on that right side, but certainly just trying to get rid of that ball. Here we go. Coming in motions, Anderson. A little stack there at the bottom. Going to look that way, firing, and that's going to be over the head of the intended target, Jaden Fields, and that will bring up 4th down, so a nice defensive stand here for Manor.
Man, that line collapsed.
Here we go. Yeah, go ahead.
He actually had to get rid of that, or that would have been a sack.
Yep. They're getting push on the front. This Manor D-line it's something we've become accustomed to. Set up a field goal. This one up. And this one is good. That's a 27-yarder. Carlos Sorto, number 9, the junior DB, doubling as the field goal kicker there for Hutto. There we go. After some weirdness on the kickoff with a 15-yard penalty and then a big run for Hutto, unable to capitalize on a 1st and goal situation, so in the red zone. Manor able to strike with a touchdown. Hutto only able to strike with a field goal, and that is the story of the game so far. It's 7-3 with the home team leading. So Hutto is able to respond with the score of their own after the Mustang touchdown, but field goals aren't worth as many as touchdowns. Sometimes the math is pretty simple.
I'm just hoping Manor doesn't keep making those same mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something they got to clean up for sure. Cheerleaders getting the crowd into it here. Should have a couple more plays here in the first quarter. I think it's Woods and Clark back deep to receive. You can tell Woods based on the neon green and gloves and the mouth guard. Maybe got somebody watching on the broadcast here. Here's Clark going to go chase that thing down. Now coming back to the middle of the field, trying to hurdle a Hutto defender. Can't quite get back to the 20-yard line, but we do have a flag on the play. You can see Woods here on the screen. Those colors really pop for him. The neon.
But hey, it makes our job easier.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can't see the number, I can just look for the gloves.
So what was the flag for?
Usually in that area, it's going to be it's going to be a hold or a block in the back, and the way they're marching it backwards, it looks like it's going to be just that. So some poor starting field position. Going to have to go nearly the length of the field, 90 yards for pay dirt. Again, just unforced errors. It's been the story of the game. Huff swings to the left side. He's got Clark. Jordan going to be popped out of bounds. Kind of wrestled there, but a nice pickup on first down. It's a gain of about 7 yards. They'll give him the 17-yard line. I mean, yeah, if you look at this Manor schedule, other than their game against San Marcos, where they only gave up 8 points, they gave up 29 to Judson and 56 to Cedar Ridge. So should be able to move the ball a little bit. I know that those are some pretty good teams, but it's a good matchup here. If you're the Mustangs, Huff looks like a designed run for the quarterback, and he's got plenty for the first down. So that'll move the sticks. Still definitely need to get one more play off here in the quarter. 20 seconds on the play clock, 30 on the game clock. But they will keep it on the ground, and nice hold to the left side. Good job by this Manor offensive line. Seems to me they are winning in the trenches here on both ends of the field here early.
Yeah, and they actually caught Manor off guard.
Yep. Hill with a nice pickup there, but I think it's going to come back here. Flag on the play over on the Hutto sideline. Yeah, okay. They're picking up the flag. I don't think I've ever noticed an official do that motion to pick up a flag. I thought they just did it. But there you go. Learn something new every day. But that will stop the clock. They'll move the ball back to where they had spotted it before. It's a nice pickup of 4 to 5 yards. But Manor, they haven't wound the clock yet, but I think that they are going to be content. Because the clock should wind on a whistle, shouldn't it?
Not on the flag being down.
Yeah, there we go. They wind it here. And with 25 seconds on the play clock and 15 seconds on the game clock, and you see it doesn't look like Manor has much interest in running another play. So on the other side here in the second quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 6, but we will flip the field. And that'll do it for us in the first quarter. We're glad you are with us here. Jack Farrell, Harley Hudson, Les Clary back in the Vype Live studios. Keeping an eye on things, making sure we move swimmingly along here tonight. But a fun first quarter. We've got one in the books. It is 7-3 in favor of the home team, your Manor Mustangs. You are watching Manor football on Vype. Actually, they're going to rule him just short. Manor going to keep it on the ground here, bouncing it to the outside. He's got the 35, plenty for the first down before being wrestled down. A nice pickup on a 3rd down and short for Hill. So now on 1st and 10 after the keeping it on the ground, picking it up. Here's Huff looking right, firing. He's got his man as Wahendwa has the touchdown. And he's up across the 40-yard line to the 43. So 2nd down. They need the 47. And it looks like, yeah, I thought Woods left early there.
Number 10 on Hutto was on the other side before Woods was.
Well, that would be good for for Manor here. And, hey, great call. I was wrong on that one. Give it to the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that should give Manor a 1st and 10. So great job by Woods, actually. Once you recognize the opposing defender had jumped off sides, go ahead and take off on the neutral zone infraction. So ball now to the 48. Now another whistle. Looks like an issue with the sticks. Good old-fashioned chain gang. Alrighty. Empty backfield, but now Clark coming in motion. Huff will keep it. Gonna have to change directions as that got blown up, and here's Huff. Breaking a couple of tackles. He's up across the 40, and he's content to step out of bounds, forced out by Braden Daniel after the big pickup with his legs, and that is all improv. Nice job by the junior quarterback. Looked like he was going to try and hit the hole up the middle, but immediately had to change direction, bounce to the outside, broke a couple of tackles. That is just a great play by the quarterback, keeping the play alive with his legs, and we've seen him do that throughout the season. 35-yard line, Huff rising and firing down the sidelines. He's got a man. Did he get a foot down? No, he did not. Out of bounds. Couldn't quite keep the toes in. So no toe drag swag for Jordan Clark, and that will be a flashy but incomplete pass. But I love to see that. They've been keeping the field pretty short here. A lot of quick hitters, a lot of in-breaking routes or routes breaking towards the boundary. Just, to pick up a few yards here and there on first down, trying to set up screens. That's the first time we've really seen them open things up and try and go over the top. And it was just nearly there. I mean, if they're on the other hash mark, that's probably 6.
For that play, honestly, the line was perfect. Keeping it where the quarterback had enough time to get that ball out.
And that is the speed of Jordan Clark. But here we have a procedural penalty, a false start on the offense, moving back to the 40. Huff looking for a screen for the running back in that one. Fortunate for Manor to just fall incomplete. Hill looked like he wanted a penalty. Thought he might have been held.
14 thought it was a fumble.
Yeah. But that's a smart play for the defense. Just if you see a loose ball, you might as well dive on it, right? But now that sets up a 3rd down and long. Slow start here to the second quarter. 10 minutes, 33 seconds to go before half. Clark in motion. Huff, he's going to look that way. Rolling, trying to buy time. Reverses field, and it's wide open on that end. Cam Huff with the speed. He's up to the 30-yard line. Needs the 35, and a flag comes in. I think this is going to be a hold on the run. But a nice job, nonetheless, by Cam Huff.
And that was a great job by the line, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Held together for a lot longer than they probably should have. But
yeah, I mean, it's a coverage sack, right? Should have been.
Yeah.
But when there was nothing open downfield, the quarterback doesn't have anywhere to go with it. But instead, the athleticism of this Manor quarterback reversing field. So now, depends on where they call it to see exactly what this was. But if the ball is at the 30, then it would just be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul to the 40, which is where the line of scrimmage was. Holding offense, yeah, that's what we thought. I think it was one of those receivers where Ward was trying to get the edge. But now they will have an opportunity at another 3rd and long, but this time from 3 yards closer.
Yeah.
It was 3rd and 15. Now it's 3rd and 12. You did all that running around. You still get another play, but you got 3 yards back. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Huff, pressure coming from the back, and he's going to be able to get away from this one again. Huff firing downfield, and that's going to be intercepted. Doing just a little bit too much.
Instantly down by number 10.
However, I think we're getting, roughing the passer. Huff took a hit late, but it looked to me, I saw the flag come out. It looked like they threw the flag once the ball was picked. And then the way Huff popped up and just started, clapping his hands, you knew that it was going to be an issue for the burnt orange and black. So it's an automatic first down, first and foremost, so that'll keep the sticks moving for Hutto, and it's a gift. You had the turnover, but instead, defense has to stay out on the field 15 yards further. And it's a fresh set of downs, and now knocking on the door of the red zone for the second time tonight are your Manor Mustangs. Huff, 1st and 10 from the 22. Man coming in motion is Johnson. They will put it on the ground, and a nice job to make the first couple of men miss. But maybe just a few steps beyond the original line of scrimmage goes Hill, and just haven't been able to set him up for too terribly much here today. I think his best run they had called back. But it's a gain of about a half a yard. Getting the play from the sideline. 2 receivers to the right side. Lined up at H-back is Jameer Johnson. And moving out of the backfield now is Clark. And it's going to be a timeout on the field for the home team, the Mustangs. Going to talk this one over on a 2nd down and long, knocking on the door of their 2nd score of the ball game. It's still 7-3, so keeping the scoring down a little bit in the early going.
Right now, the only criticism I would give the line is there are certain plays they aren't holding out enough for the quarterback. But everything else, that's honestly, they're doing pretty good.
On the defensive line and offensive line, they've done a good job of getting push. Of course, it's a 2-headed monster on defense between Chavez and Stefik. But the Hutto defense back out onto the field.
They're taking number 3 off, I think. The neon gloves.
6, yeah, Woods.
Yeah.
2-way player for Manor. Seeing him make a couple of plays here today. Jordan Clark in the backfield now. Johnson in motion. Here's Huff. We'll fake the handoff, and they've got Clark. He juggled it, but he's going to get by the defender and walk in for 6. Jordan Clark, and we have a flag down. I think they're going to get him for the celebration. So this turns from an extra point into a little sneakier field goal. We'll see if they count it. It's up on the board for now. It should count. Nice slant over the middle. It was Hill in the backfield. Clark lined up in the slot. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. So this will count. They'll just have to back him up. But you will take it, because that pushes it to a double-figure lead. But instead of a, 19-yard? No. Was it offsetting penalties?
Probably.
Or will it be enforced on the kick? I think it's going to be enforced on the kick once again. Here they're going to do that swing again. Oh, no, they throw it over to Clark. What a play. I thought the whole line was going to come in. Instead, the center threw it kind of behind him and across the body into the hands of Clark, and he will do it all himself.
Man, that was a good throw.
Nice. Yeah, I got to keep an eye. I think the way they're dapping him up on the sideline there. Yeah, I mean, a fantastic job on the snap. I think they're going to give that to 55, Gavin Tonche. Got to give some love to the long snappers here. Yeah, I mean, I assume Hutto was thinking that the same thing I did. You see that kind of swinging gate thing where they line up in such a strange way. You just kind of assume that they're going to have a little cadence to bring them back to the ball. But no. There's that one. Put that on film. Yeah, and you see here, this will be I think it was a unsportsmanlike penalty on Jordan Clark, because for the second straight time, Manor is going to be kicking from the 25. So it'll be back-to-back drives with good starting field position for the Hippos. But in a 15-3 ball game, Manor in the driver's seat. Just got to quit with the unforced errors. That's two 15-yard penalties that you're putting on kickoffs. You can't have that.
As long as they can recover from it, isn't that all that matters?
Absolutely. I mean, last drive they had good starting field position, only ended up with a field goal. Sending this one deep. Returning it will be Fields, and then they've got it changed direction. They gave it to Chavez, and he's got a big return, being pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And some trickeration for both teams here in special teams. It was a nice play by Hutto, executed perfectly, but still, I mean, instead of the ball being at the 34-yard line, it could be closer to midfield. But that's just, it's a tough ask for your defense to only have them defend at 32 yards. I mean, get a first down, and they're pretty close to field goal range. They'll keep it on the ground on 1st and 10.
And drive them way back.
Good job not throwing him down, because that could have been another 15, Keelan Chavez. That's right? Chavez?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks. I missed one name on that depth on that roster trying to get the pronunciations. And again, I think they got him on the hard count. Free play here for Hutto, and they catch on the sideline down to the 5-yard line for Harry Fields, the senior receiver. And this should count.
This is going to be a hard play to come away from.
Motion man. I think Steffik's going to keep it himself and just runs into a wall here, that Manor front. Ball at the 5-yard line. Makes it 2nd and goal here. We're right next to the coaches. You can hear what they're saying. Barking out Wildcat. It's Chavez lined up at quarterback. He'll take the snap, looking for somewhere to go with it. And Manor getting that push from the defensive line, and he will not find the goal line. He will reach inside the 5. And proud of their defense there, getting the stop on the Wildcat play. Coming back out onto the field is the quarterback. Now 3rd down, an opportunity to bend and not break.
I told you the Wildcats are good.
Hey, there it is. Nice one. 7.5 minutes to go in the half. Empty backfield, and I think they got him again. Going for the fade, and that's going to be intercepted. And running the other way, this could be a pick six, but I think it's going to have to come back. It's Godley with the convoy. Getting around the running back, and he is going to walk in. That is an 107-yard pick six.
I don't think it matters, though.
But I think they got him on the hard count once again. I mean, he picked that towards the back of the end zone. That was 105, 110 yards.
I don't see a flag.
I saw one come out early, but and there's one right at the 50-yard line. Just can't stop biting on that. That's the fourth or fifth time, and it is going to be false start on the defense to negate that penalty. And I mean, I don't know if Stefik throws that ball if he doesn't think he's got another free crack.
I would be extremely cautious now about throwing that ball. They've done it once.
Now for Godley, go back out there on the field and try to defend another route into the end zone. That's brutal. Man just ran 100 yards one way, had to jog back the distance of the field. Now he's lined up one-on-one with Brayton Anderson. Coming in, trying to call a timeout, and they will get it. That'll be the second timeout of the half for Manor. Just gotta clean up those little things, right? I mean, you've had a few great plays on special teams, but you've had a few plays that resulted in your kicking off from your own 25, which has set up each of the last two drives. The first one ended in a field goal for Bowie when they got first and goal from the 10, couldn't punch it in, and now they had first and goal from inside the 10, I think at around the 5, and now it's third and goal. You nearly had an 107, 108-yard pick six.
Well, honestly, there's still a chance.
No, I mean, absolutely. This defense has done a great job of bend, don't break, but my point is this game is closer than it needs to be. Again, I don't know if the Hutto quarterback is throwing that ball if he doesn't think he has a free play, but, I mean, your defense has played pretty well. You don't need to be giving the opposing offense starting field position, at the 35-yard line, where they only need to go 35 yards to score. Just clean those things up, and they've looked really good tonight. On the field, playing football, they've looked good. It's just been, after the play, before the play, and of course those things, that's all part of the game. That's all part of it. But here's on a third and goal. They're going to keep it on the ground, and it looks like Chavez is able to muscle his way to the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. Hutto thinks he's in, and now we've got it.
They really need to start watching that ball.
The Manor D-line has done a really good job, getting pressure, getting the push on the offense, but this time the O-line pushing the pile, getting Chavez in for 6, and that is the first touchdown of the game for the Hutto Hippos. Now on to hold is Hunter Fournette. Don't have a number on the kicker yet. This one up and good. It is 80. We do not have an 80 on our roster, unfortunately, so. That'll happen from time to time, but the kick is no good. That'll make it a 15-9 ball game. It's a weird score, but it's our score. 7 minutes, 2 seconds to go before half.
If we can just stay control and keep those fouls away, we have a better chance at winning this.
Yeah, absolutely. QA telling us everything's all good on the broadcast with a gif of the Muppets. I love the Muppets.
I do too. They're honestly.
I don't think anybody dislikes the Muppets. That's a crime. But here, 7 minutes to go in the half. First quarter went by like a breeze, but it's been a little stop and start here in the second. Trying to get some momentum rolling. A lot of timeouts, a lot of stoppages, a lot of penalties. Now to boot it deep is Sorto for the Hippos. You ever been out to Hutto? Spend much time in Hutto?
I played against them a few times, actually.
Okay. They've got statues of hippos everywhere.
Yeah.
I'd do it too if they had that. I mean, it's a unique mascot. There's not a lot of hippos out there. Here's Sorto. It's going to be kind of an onside kick. Kick it high into the air, and looks like Manor came away with it. There was contact before the ball came down, but ultimately it's Cruz Batista, sophomore special teamer, in there on the play. Looks a little shaken up, but great job from him because it would have been a disaster. Again, setting up Hutto with great field position. Instead, it's pretty solid starting field position for your Mustangs.
I'm honestly glad we're on the side of Hutto, not Hutto, Manor. It is, since I played against Hutto so many times, it's hard for me to compliment them much.
I totally understand that, but there's a nice push by the Hutto defense to knock down Hill in the backfield. Haven't been able to establish the run for the most part today, but now that sets up a second down and long ball. Now back on the other side, the wrong side of the 40-yard line. They need to get across midfield for a fresh set of downs. Motion man coming is Clark. Huff looking for somewhere to go with it. Good block by the running back. He's going to fire it downfield. He's got a man. And I think he caught it. They're going to give it to him. Looked like it got knocked out a little bit at the end, but Bermea able to just keep that on his knee, keep the feet dragging, and that is a big play downfield to move the sticks. And that was all set up. A fantastic block by Xavier Hill. Doing the dirty work as he motions out. And here's a snap over the head of Huff. And he's just going to fall on that wisely. A couple of hippos were streaking into the backfield to try and get him. That sounds like an insult, but it's not. It's their mascot. And a flag on the play. And that came from the... You see that official right there at the bottom of your screen. Hutto, the Manor coach barking at him a little bit, and could it have been that?
It's against us. Ooh, that's a long one.
Yeah. Was it a substitution? All right, here's Huff on a second down and forever. Rolling to his left, looking downfield, avoids pressure again, and man, he's impressive back there in the backfield, keeping plays alive. But coverage sack, just going to have to get rid of it.
Man, the lineman gave him all the time in the world.
I mean, yeah, a lot of that was... He probably should have been sacked a lot earlier than that, but just great improv skills by the young quarterback, just a junior, and now we have a Mustang down on the field. So give the offense a little bit of time. Not sure what play you draw up on, balls at the 40. They need the opposing 35.
I would recommend going for a throwing play.
I see what you're saying, but I actually might not, because there's not a lot of plays that are getting you 25 yards, 26 yards, so maybe just go conservative here, keep it on the ground. Don't make a mistake, but with the ball, with where we are on the field, probably not going to go for it 4th and 10 plus this close to the midfield if they are able to recoup some of it. But it's an empty backfield, so I think they're going to go with your strategy. Here's Huff. Looking, going to fire downfield. He's got Clark, who comes back to it. Did he get a hand underneath? He did! What do I know? Maybe you should be the coach. What a catch by Jordan Clark. The ball was underthrown, but Clark came back to it, avoided the defensive back, and was able to just get his hands underneath it. And on a 3rd down and 25, they get more than enough, and the ball is now at the 25-yard line. I think it was 4th and 20 or 3rd and 26.
It was 3rd and 26 on their 40.
Now it's 1st and 10 at the Hutto 25, knocking on the door of the red zone for the 3rd time. Clark goes in motion. Huff. Looking, firing, he's got a man, and it's caught! Walking into the end zone for 6! It's the H-back, Jameer Johnson, just able to get it by the fingertips, and he's in. It is now a 21-9 ball game.
Flag on the play.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's on the spike. I think that's going to be another 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
I'm sorry. I would celebrate so
yeah,
much
no,
for that too.
I can't even fault him. I think he just, I think he just got excited. I think it's as simple as that. But wow, what a pitch and catch. Jameer Johnson. Coming up the seam, lined up at the H-back, that kind of tight end, fullback combo. A new school offense here, but going to go ahead and try for the extra point with 4:49 to go.
Man, that was a good couple of plays.
Yeah, it was. The kick is up and good. So now for Manor, lead is back to a multi-possession game. Where the touchdown makes it 21 and the extra point makes it 22. 4 minutes, 49 seconds to go. So plenty of time for this Hutto offense to try and get back into this thing, because Manor does get the ball at the half. The 3rd touchdown pass for Cam Huff.
And they're back on the 25.
And for the 3rd straight drive, kicking from their own 25-yard line. Just it's the margins here.
Honestly, at this point, I just think they're starting trying to show off.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, but after the first touchdown, Cam Huff to Johnny Bahendwa got flagged for, I think that one, I don't think that was even after the play. I think that was on the kick itself. Something happened before. Had the flag thrown. That led to a Hutto field goal. Then on the next one, Jordan Clark catches his first touchdown pass of the game. They're whistled for unsportsmanlike. Ball starts at the kicking off from the 25-yard line. Hutto did have a big return, but it set up a touchdown, and they're going to try and squib this one on the ground. Going to be a tough end. That's going to go through the legs, and that's exactly why you squib it. That is exactly what you were looking for.
Number 4. That was smart. he was already on the ground. It would have probably been roughing something. Just jumped right over.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness. Yeah, Paul Adams hopping over. But still, I mean, even though there was no return and the Hippo player had to just dive on the football after it went through his legs, we're still starting at the 38-yard line. That's excellent starting field position. So, like, best case scenario, you're giving them about 15 extra yards. But here's Stefik, motion man coming across as easily. But they will keep it on the ground to Chavez. And a big burst of speed up the middle. He's over across the 45-yard line to midfield, and that'll move the sticks.
If 99 could just find that hole and just go straight through it and just sack the quarterback each time, this would make it a lot easier for the defense.
And
like that.
Nice play there, knocking the ball down. That is a forward pass, but Eddie Robinson hopping into the backfield, knocking that ball away. Big number 99, Maxwell Osaranaye. He's the man who had the interception on the first drive of the game. There's a moth in here. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the half. Manor, I believe, just with the one timeout. Fields goes in motion. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper and a big gain for Stefik. He's down across the 35 to the 30. And that'll move the chains again.
They tricked the entire line.
Yeah. And you see it's that he's holding it as long as he can is Stefik. And here's a handoff to the left side. It's Chavez. He's got a nice positive gain. Shoving off a few tackles, but he steps out of bounds. It's that read option thing where he's holding, keeping. And that's what makes it so. I mean, the read option is just a tough play to defend. And after a gain of 6 to the 25, it'll be second down and 4. Stefik looking, firing downfield and overthrowing Brayton Anderson, who did have a step. Like he had just gotten past Godley when it would have taken a heck of a throw for Caden Stefik, and instead it's going to be incomplete pass. That brings up third down with 4 minutes to go in the half.
He had to throw it. He was literally being
pressure in
tackled.
his face. Yep. And that could have been part of it. Part of the overthrow is now they're going to keep it on the ground. It's Chavez, makes a cut. Got plenty for the first down into the red zone to the 15. And that's kind of a big play because clock becomes a factor. Manor's been able to move the ball pretty well, especially here in the second quarter. And with only one timeout, getting the ball. And Manor just used their last timeout. 2 timeouts left for Hutto, but with just under 4 minutes to play, you got to be thinking about getting the ball back here. 15 yards from the end zone. Going to try, hold them to a field goal, of course, but you get the ball back, go try and put some points on the board before half. Then you get the ball after halftime as well, and that's a recipe for success here on homecoming.
Yeah.
Got all the mums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, there's these people in my school had it up on their shoulder and it was still dragging on the floor.
Probably weighed more than them, too.
Probably.
we take it seriously down here in Texas, don't we?
No.
One of the best traditions we got here in the world of high school sports. The kids who have graduated or some of them going off to school, coming back during this week. It's always a good time. But here on a first down and 10, Stefik in the backfield with Chavez. They'll put it on the ground. And a nice little push up to the 10-yard line, second down and 5.
Man, they need to put the brakes on them because right now they're getting too many yards. if they follow what they did last time, I'm pretty sure they're going to throw it again.
Man in motion coming across. And it looks like kind of a broken play. They got in the backfield before everything kind of formed. It was Chavez on the carry. But he ends up getting belted in the backfield. It looked like almost a fumble, and they will lose a couple of yards. Now, back to the 12. They need the 6. And I think that's a false start. Yep, the official on the far side there by the sticks. Is that the line judge?
I'm not sure.
Moving back 5 yards, now back to a third of double digits. We've seen Hutto making a few mistakes in that regard. Some third and shorts, third and manageables turn into third and very long. Because, I mean, it was second down at about 4. And then the miscue on that play, and maybe just a good job by the Manor front blowing it up. But now it's back outside the 15 to the 17-yard line. Looking, pressure coming, and coming from behind and slinging the quarterback down. Once again, calling the name of Eddie Robinson. I think it was definitely Eddie Robinson. I believe 26, Justin Parker, the junior linebacker, in on that play as well. And now decision time here. Ball at the 25-yard line. It's a 42-yard field goal. I don't know if they have that in the barn. You know, I mean, this might be a keep them on the field because you have to situation, and that appears to be what it is. 2:15 to go in the half. 12 to go on the play clock. I wouldn't be surprised. No, yeah, no. Okay, Hutto still has 2 timeouts. 7 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, they're definitely throwing this one, I'm pretty sure.
3 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to come in and take a timeout. Yeah, I think they're going to throw it too. On a 4th down, and, well, they're at the 25. They need the, just call it a good 4th and 20. That the second charge timeout of the half here for the Hutto Hippos. Just a hop, skip, and a jump north of here. On the east side of Austin, the northeast part of town for the Hippos. But a nice day here in Manor, Texas at the Manor Athletic Complex. Down out of the 90s now. It's 89 degrees. The sun has been down for about a half hour.
Now think about it. It's probably extremely humid.
Oh, it's steamy. It's muggy.
So it might be 89, but it probably feels closer to 100, especially in all those padding.
Yeah, the next time that we will be in here, because of course we are covering Manor home games, it will go on the road to the Warriors of Westwood next week. I believe that'll be at Kelly Reeves, and then we'll play host to the Dragons of Round Rock all the way in October. Empty backfield, Stefik looking, firing downfield. He's got a man, but he overthrows him, and that'll be incomplete, and that is a turnover on downs.
I knew they were going to throw it.
Yeah, on 4th and 20, it's a safe bet. Empty backfield, yeah.
What might have been an actual really good play there is if they tricked them, because they knew they were going to throw it.
Try and set up some like pitch play action or something at the end of the half.
Yeah.
But here on 25, at the 25-yard line, Manor will take over. No timeouts, but 2 minutes of clock to work with, and of course, we'll stop on first downs until the ball is set. Here's Huff. High snap. We'll keep it on the ground on first down. Not much doing there, but he did pick up maybe a yard. It looks to me like Manor is pretty content with just running this clock out. They are good with the lead. They are certainly good with keeping Hutto off the board there. And with one timeout, it's ended up giving him a little more than I thought on that second down. It's 2nd down and 8. Now a minute, 10 seconds left, getting the playoff right as the clock is expiring and looking for a hole and not finding one. In fact, losing a couple back to the original line of scrimmage. And is this one? Yeah, Hutto's going to take a timeout. So, at best, because I would advise Manor just keep it on the ground here. They're going to get the ball with about 15 seconds left, depending on what happens on the punt.
Yeah. To be honest, exactly what Hutto is
20. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Exactly what Manor's doing is exactly what I would expect them to do. They're expecting to get the ball in the next inning, the next half. So why make a massive play that can cause the other team to get the ball?
Why keep firing it down the field when you're up by 13 and about to get the ball back anyway, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to, because there's no guarantee. Manor's done a really good job moving the ball tonight, but there's no guarantee that you're going to keep the ball moving. And if you, there's a world where this drive starts and boom, 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 4th down, you've taken 15 seconds off the clock. Manor gets the ball back, Hutto gets the ball back with a timeout. Here, it is an empty backfield for Huff, but we've seen him run it today, and he's going to do just that. And swarming defense from Hutto. Somehow he gets away, running to his left, trying to find the edge, and he's just going to take it out of bounds. But with him stepping out of bounds, that does stop the clock. Was he going backwards, though? Are they going to give him the... that there is a difference. That does matter.
He went backwards a little bit, but I think as soon as he went out, he was at that line of scrimmage.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you go out of bounds with forward progress, that's a stop. The clock is stopped under 2 minutes until the ball is snapped. If he steps out and goes backwards, the clock would wind on the whistle. I don't think that is the case. I think the clock is going to stay stopped here, of course, and it is. So Hutto is going to have a little bit of time here. You got to get this punt away.
They need to go delay a game.
They didn't call it. Woods, high kick. Defense coming back there, and a nice tackle. Whoa, did they call a fair catch? I didn't see a fair catch.
I don't think that was actually a tackle.
I mean, it would be... No, I think Fields... Unless he called for a fair catch real early.
I actually don't think he even touched him.
I mean, he did. I think he did. That was Lancaster. It looked like... I mean, I didn't see a fair catch signal. He must have done it really early when we were still, looking at the punt. And that could be a bad mistake with 45 seconds. Nobody's got a timeout, but that'll be another 15 yards.
Yeah?
That's the call. I mean, I thought that was a great special teams play. I mean, he must have... Because if the guy calls for fair catch, you're not hitting him.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. This has turned into an opportunity for Hutto, and got to lock in for the Manor defense, try and keep this a 2-score game. Here's Stefik. Chavez in motion, steps up, fires. He's got him on the wheel route, and he'll be wrestled down.
Over by the 20, I believe.
Yeah, inside the 25 to the 23. With the clock stopped. So now, all of a sudden, the clock is not your friend. 38 seconds will be plenty of time for Hutto to take a few cracks at this thing. And they'll swing it over to Chavez. And you see that thing where he kind of jumped backwards out of bounds, but I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Someone's upset.
I think I would be too.
The reason why I'm saying that is because in the other room, all we hear is banging.
Yeah, we hear is banging. 32 seconds now. Stefik in the backfield, looking, firing over the middle. He's got a man and a
Oh.
walk-in touchdown. That's Jaden Fields. And a kick-catch interference turns into disaster for Manor.
If you ask me, that was an iffy call. The fair catch stuff.
I mean, if he signaled for it, it's pretty cut and dry. Now the offense staying out on the field here, going to try and go for two with 26 seconds to go. Man in motion is Littles. Going to fire a 50-50 ball, and that's going to be out of bounds, uncatchable. That'll keep it a touchdown game. But now with 26 seconds left, Manor is going to do what they tried to do initially and kill the clock.
Or what they could try to do is on the punt, get a touchdown. But that would be a heavy ask.
So here we go. Hutto wanted to send this one deep.
If I was them, I'll send it deep because it's less of a chance for them to get a touchdown, less of a chance for them to get closer to my side.
Yeah, I think they're going to, a lot of times in scenarios like this, you squib it. You saw, Manor do that earlier, and it resulted in a juggled ball for Hutto, and they started with worse field position than they could have. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see. And just another little short kick into the air, and calling for a fair catch and making the catch is Malachi Dunn. Now 25 seconds to go. This should probably be the last play of the half.
For some reason, they just added a second.
Well, 26 seconds now. We will recap the first half before we send it down to the field for the bands here as the first half wraps up. Huff looking, firing, and that'll be incomplete. 22 seconds left, keeping the ball in the air.
If they're trying to run down the clock, why are they throwing it?
I think they're trying to take another shot at the end zone. I just didn't anticipate that that's what they do here, but getting the ball at the 40-yard line does factor into it. But just with how the last 2 minutes or so have gone, I'd probably be pretty happy to just get out of here. That ball underthrown looked like a little miscommunication between quarterback and receiver, and it just takes one thing to go wrong. It can kind of flip a whole game. We've already kind of had it flipped. It was a 13-point lead you thought you could take into halftime. Huff goes out of bounds, doesn't keep the clock moving. There's a kick-catch interference and a quick hitter and incomplete.
Okay.
Here's Huff, and this time they will keep it on the ground. And that will end the half. As the clock continues to wind down to 3 seconds to 2. And that will do it for half number one. It's been a good one so far. Manor just can't quite stay out of their own way for a lot of this game. It is a 22-15 lead for the Mustangs, still in the driver's seat. 28 minutes of halftime coming up your way. Getting the ball here to start this second half will be your Mustangs. Want to take you through the game. Of course, if Manor starting the ball with the second half, you know Hutto started the game in the first half, driving down the field, setting up some nice plays until Maxwell Saranaye intercepted what looked like a screen going to the running back. Manor followed that up with a punt. Then back deep in their own territory, Hutto with the ball. Their drive stalled out with a big sack from Eddie Robinson. Led to a punt. Then on that punt, Jordan Clark had a big return, set up the Mustangs with the ball at the 15-yard line, and a pass from Cam Huff to Johnny Behendwa from 10 yards out. Made it a 7-0 game. Then one of those 15-yard penalties to kick it from their own 25 set up Hutto with good field position. They responded with a field goal, 27 yards, to make it 7-3. Then on the next drive, Manor able to march it down the field. Jordan Clark, another big play on the reception from Cam Huff. Also, a little bit of trickeration, was able to score on a 2-point conversion, make it 15-3. Then again, 15 yards, setting up Manor with good field position, this time from inside the 35-yard line. Led to a 3-yard touchdown run from Keelan Chavez. Made it 15-9. Then, probably the highlight of the night, Cam Huff spinning the rock downfield to Jameer Johnson, the fullback, the tight end, the H-back, however you want to call it, with about 5 minutes left in the half, made it 22-9. Once again, 15-yard penalty on the kickoff resulted in solid field position for Hutto, but after getting it down inside the 10, a series of miscues and penalties led to them turning it over on downs on what was about a 4th and 20. Then Manor gets the ball back. You thought they were in the driver's seat to take it to half with just about 2 minutes to go and only one timeout for Hutto, but instead, Cam Huff running out of bounds on 3rd down to keep the clock to stop the clock. Then on the punt, which would have been at about the 40-yard line, so it would have been a longer way to go. Their own 40-yard line for Hutto. There was a kick-catch interference and a nice quick pass from the quarterback, Caden Stevick, to Keelan Chavez on a wheel route. Set up a quick pass over the middle from Stevick to Jaden Fields, which made it 15-22 after they failed to convert on the try. Going to go ahead and send it down to the field now as both these dance teams and bands and everything are getting ready to perform for us. So we will go ahead and send it down to the field right now. You are watching Manor football on Vype. All right, everybody. Good evening. We are back in for the start of the third quarter and the start of the second half. Of course, on this homecoming night here for the Manor Mustangs, you see Ronzel Woods down there on the homecoming court. I believe he's the homecoming king here. Is that right? But wanted to come in, update you on a few of the scores in the area, as both teams are over getting warm on the sidelines. But we'll go ahead first. This is our game of the week here on Vype. We broadcast those on 102.7 ESPN here in Austin, Texas, the Austin area. Score there is 21-10. The Bowie Bulldogs, who we have seen here at the Manor Athletic Complex, over Judson. It's 21-10. In a close one, Temple 9-7 over Austin High in the second quarter. Halftime down in Cibolo, Westlake has a 20-point lead, or a 20-10 lead, I should say, over Steele. That's a pretty big matchup for the Austin area. 35-20, Dripping Springs has the lead over the Johnson Jaguars from down in Buda. Cedar Park Vista Ridge, a team I've done plenty of games for at home against Stony Point, trailing 28-19 there in the third quarter. As we try and keep an eye on more of these schools in the Austin area here at halftime. Appreciate Dave Campbell's Texas Football for keeping a pretty solid scoreboard. I see our game on here. It's 22-15 here at half. Manor leading the Hippos of Hutto, Texas. 50 seconds up on the clock. But, yeah, plenty of football going on here. Plenty of football to be watched on Vype if you want to get a little multi-view going. But, of course, please stick around here and keep our broadcast on, as we've had a pretty exciting one so far. Round Rock the Dragons, the next team that these Mustangs will see at home, lead 35-14 over the McNeil Mavericks. Cedar Ridge, 21-14 over the Warriors of Westwood High School. We're in the Anderson Mill area. And as we keep scrolling, Buda Hayes Consolidated, the newish Hawks, 14-10 over Cedar Creek. Just on the other side of Bastrop. I know you're an Elgin man. You have a read on the score there?
Yes, sir. Elgin is 29 to Austin McCallie.
McCallum?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, you'll certainly take that, right?
Yeah.
Weiss up in Pflugerville, not too far away from here, 42-0 over Lehman from down in Kyle. Hendrickson, another Pflugerville school, 25-3 at the half over Lockhart. Team Manor took a fall too. Harker Heights up in Killeen leading Midlothian at 31-21. Yeah, a lot of good football. Of course, not even counting the San Antonio or DFW or Houston areas, the bigger cities here in the state. I think we're about ready. Manor will be receiving the ball. Do have the lead. Didn't quite close the half as strongly as you would want for Manor. We are ready now for the third quarter of action. Go ahead and update the scoreboard here. 12 minutes up on the clock, and here come the Hippos, the first team out onto the field.
I wonder what they talked about inside the locker room.
I mean, I think they're playing good ball. Let's just clean it up. How many times have they jumped off sides? How many 15-yard penalties have they had tonight? And they still have the lead. They're playing a good game. Cam Huff is looked excellent here as a passer. Woods back deep to return with Clark. And it'll be a short kick. Fielding it, and with a little bit of room to run, is Godley. Agent Zero there, returning it up across the 30 to the 33. Now you're starting with an empty backfield is Huff. Little movement early, but a quick hitter. That's Clark, and Clark's got a lot of room to run. He's got one man to beat, and it's a foot race. He's going to run straight by him to the 20, the 10. No flags. First play of the second half. 75-yard touchdown. Pitch and catch, Jordan Clark.
Now that is how you start a half.
Certainly is. And they moved him back on the kickoff. Was trying to get a read why, but now you see they're lined up in this interesting kicking formation. Now they'll pull them off. Just go for the field goal unit. That's Clark's second touchdown of the game. This one coming from distance. Kick is up and kick is good, and all of a sudden the woes that you had for the end of the half are put to bed a little bit after a huge chunk play and a huge touchdown to start the half. 15 seconds in, now it's like Hutto's getting the ball to start the half. (29-15). 9:06 p.m. Getting started for our second half. Weaver to boot it deep. And hey, it's another penalty. This one not 15 yards. Weaver to boot it deep. It's time from the 35-yard line. Little line drive. And taken on a hop. A big hole on the right side, and finally brought down right before he reached the 40-yard line was Jaden Fields. Fields with a touchdown late in the first half to make it a 22-15 game. Stevic, motion man is Chavez. Swings it out to the left side, and he's got a little bit of room to run. He's got some wiggle, breaks a few tackles. He's up across midfield. Tackled at the 47-yard line. Well, banged up on the play was Paul Adams. See him down at the bottom of your screen. Whistle blows, and yeah, Adams went down, and just to make sure he didn't have to give up a play, decided to take the dive. Because he would had a hard time keeping up there with Jaden Easley. But it's Antoine Lancaster into the game now. As the clock winds on the whistle. Stevic with the handoff and a big hole on the right side, still running, and dragged down from behind was Jaden Littles. Jackson Cofield, the senior, in on the tackle. Not before a fresh set of downs. Ball at the 31-yard line. So a couple of big chunks here early on this drive for Hutto. Already getting pretty good way into Manor territory. And it's a quarterback keeper, Stefik. That low center of gravity, kind of bowling through defenders before he is tackled, and his helmet popped off, so he's going to have to come out for the play. We have seen Manor run a little bit of wildcat, but now it'll be out of a little more necessity, as Hunter Fournette, who is listed as a quarterback on the roster, will come in for a play. And the quarterback will keep it. It's Fournette. Won't quite have a first down, but he's closer to the sticks. It'll be 3rd down and 2. They need the 21. They're at the 23. Continuing on the ground, a nice push forward. Beckworth on the carry. Up to the line quickly, first down from the 18. And that one juggled, I think, getting a hand in there and forcing that incompletion. Yes, indeed, Israel Randall. Clock stops in the incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10, coming back to the line. It's Caden Stefik. Chavez in the backfield with him, coming in motion. And they will give it to the motion man. That is number 8, Jaden Littles, and he is gang tackled by a few Manor Mustangs and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd and 10 from the 18. 14-point lead for Manor as it stands. Stefik. And a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be against the offense. So marching back 5 yards. Back outside of the red zone to the 23-yard line. There's a nice boost from this Manor crowd here tonight. 10 seconds now on the play clock. 3 receivers to the left. Not falling for that hard count. Saw something that really worked against the Manor defense. A lot of free plays in the first half for Hutto, but here's the snap. And they're setting up the screen, and there to clean it up is number 5, Jackson Cofield, who has been all over the field on this drive and all over the field here tonight, setting up a 4th down and long. Lost yards on that play to the 25. They need the 8 for a first down, and again, we saw this in the first half. This looks like a situation where Hutto's going to have to go for it.
Either that or punt it.
Well, not from here. I mean, it's an incompletion. They get it at the 25, or you punt it, you get them at the 10, and it might even be a touchback.
I'm talking about going for a field goal.
Here's Stefik stepping up. Someone lost a helmet on the play, and Stefik doesn't have too far to go. The Hutto player lost his helmet, and I assume that he would be clamoring for a hands to the face, which is an automatic first down type of penalty. But they will not get that whistle. It's a 5-yard gain on the play they needed. About 17. So it'll be a turnover on downs to start the half after a couple of big plays to kind of set up a promising start, but ends up going nowhere. So we'll see how Manor sets up on a 1st and 10. They will start off on the ground, and that is one of the better runs of the day for Xavier Hill. 10 yards even to the 30. 1st and 10, Mustangs. Huff on the ground again. It's Hill. Hill looking for room, following his blocks. 5-yard pickup to the 35. So now Manor's starting to move the ball a little bit. Receivers checking to see if they're lined up. Huff, play action, looking over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Manor wants a flag. I think he had a case of those Hippo DBs getting in the way of Clark, but no call. A little bit of a clogged middle of the field there. A couple of guys, maybe someone ran the wrong route because they were crossing in the middle of the field pretty deep. Instead, that sets up a 3rd and 5. Need the 40-yard line. 7 minutes to go here in the quarter. Huff. Bit of a high snap. They'll fake the handoff, and swarming immediately on the pressure is the Hutto defense in on the backfield. Looked like number 30, Braden Stanfield, and I think would have been Boynock back there. So that will bring on the punt team. So a nice job by the Hutto defense, forcing a 3, or not quite a 3 and out, but forcing a quick turn, or a quick change of possession here on the punt. Loss of about 7 on the play. Manor burning a timeout here on the punt. Maybe take the 5 yards there. But nonetheless, that will be the first charge timeout of the half to Manor. We are just about halfway through this 3rd quarter, 6 minutes, 22 seconds. Each team has had the ball here, and Manor scored on the first play of this 2nd half, a 75-yard touchdown and a fantastic catch and run for Jordan Clark. And a good defensive stand by this Manor defense, turning the Hippos over on downs, and then here a punt. And it's going to be Woods to send it deep. We'll be back to return. It looks like it's going to be 12. That's Jaden Fields. It's been a problem for Manor here tonight. And that punt's going to be blocked. Woods just couldn't get it away, and now some pushing and shoving down on the field. A Manor player has lost his helmet, and was Bermea in on that. Looked like he wanted to get a shove in at the end after he lost his helmet. Just gave a little tap to the player. I can't imagine that the call is going to be on him. I mean, he didn't have a helmet, and he really laid off. He didn't even push him. As it stands, it's a ball at the 20-yard line for Hutto. I think you should probably march this back about 15 yards. But some big calls have gone against Manor. I mean, I was talking to some folks outside, that kick-catch interference call that was just a tough break for Manor. Now we will see unsportsmanlike conduct, and it is going to go against, no, it's going to offset. They're going to call it on both teams.
What? Why?
So it will be a 1st and 10. Just another short field here coming up for Hutto, and a quick throw to the left side and slipping the tackle and heading for the end zone. Did he get in? No, they're going to rule him out at the 1. It looked close, but I think that's the right call. But it will be 1st and 10 from the 1. I think that is that Littles on the catch?
Maybe.
Flag on the play. It will be a touchdown. But who's the flag on? Lined up in the neutral zone or a procedural penalty? It will be offsides. Penalty is declined. And Stevic runs in for 6.
Is that their second touchdown of the night?
For Hutto?
Yeah.
I believe that's 3. Yeah, that is their 3rd touchdown.
Okay.
3rd touchdown, a field goal. I don't think they've been able to convert on an extra point here yet. And already coming in on a late substitution. It's just a part of the game that Hutto seems to be lacking in. This one looks good. No, okay. I thought he pushed it right, but that will go in to make it a 29-22 ball game. Back to a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. I don't think I knew that this was their fight song.
Sounds like the one from Elgun.
It sounds like Texas Fight.
You'll use the same one.
Is y'all's Texas Fight as well?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good one. Maybe a little biased, but I'm certainly a fan. Now 6:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter, so about a quarter of the way through the 2nd half. Here on homecoming. Look at that moon out there. That's nice.
Yeah, almost looks like a blood moon.
It's a little too burnt orange. Tonight,
Maybe an
for one night only, not a fan of the burnt orange.
Oh, not burn. Why am I saying A&M?
Don't know. But here, ready to boot it deep. Sorto for the Hippos. Back deep, of course, as has been all game and all season. It's Woods and Clark. Keep an eye on something. Yeah, okay. They'll just send it deep. They've tried a couple of those short ones. I thought that would have been a good opportunity. But here's Clark just dancing a little bit, trying to get as much as he can. And he's up across the 25. So the 3rd possession of the half for Manor. One of them a 75-yard touchdown. One of them they had a punt blocked. So about as disparate as you can get. So here's Cam Huff. Xavier Hill in the backfield. Swings it over to Clark. Clark caught, but immediately tackled. Couldn't hold up the blocks was Woods. So just like that, starting well behind the sticks. It's a loss of about 9.
Man, whoever was singing the Texas Fight song was doing a great job at it.
Empty backfield. Here's Clark. Huff rolling after the fake handoff. Looking. Going to try and throw it back towards the middle of the field, and that's a mistake. It's intercepted. Cameron Banks, the senior defensive back, in on the play. Flags fly in.
Could it be canceled?
No, it'll definitely be after the play. But Huff just trying to do too much there, fading towards the sideline, tried to come back towards the field with the woods across his body, and just no coach will advise that one. It'll be unsportsmanlike. There was a shove after the play. So the Mustangs, the only team whistled, and it's going to be another very short field for this Hutto offense that's heating up. They'll start at the 26.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. These refs are very picky on certain things Manor does.
On a 1st and 10, motion man coming is Fields. He'll swing it out to him. It's going to be a double pass. He's going to just get rid of it.
I'm sorry, that should be a flag.
On who?
Hutto, because isn't that purpose ditch? Like purposely just throwing it out of bounds?
No, he's out of the tackle box.
Okay.
Got it across the line of scrimmage. No intentional grounding there, but now it's 2nd down and 10. Little trick play coming out to try and catch some Manor defense asleep. Good job holding up there to force a, live to die another down. Under 5 to play in the 3rd. More motion here, as that's been a go-to here, but it's a quarterback keeper for the Hippos, and Stevic, gain of a few, about 4 yards, brings up 3rd down and 6.
He took a bit to get up.
Yeah, it's been a physical ball game, that's for sure. 4.5 minutes to play. Low snap. Did they not get it off? That's going to be a false start.
On who?
Going to be on the offense. Didn't see who jumped. But fortunate for Manor, now that turns into a 3rd and 11. As once they've gotten down to this part of the field, it hasn't been as smooth for this Hutto offense. Big 3rd down here for Manor. And another flag comes in. The noise too much from the Manor crowd. Calling that one out. It looked like it was definitely on the left side. I think it might have been the guard. But another 5 yards pushing back.
What do you mean the noise was too much?
Made the offense jumpy. And we couldn't hear what they were saying at the line. It gets loud here at this athletic complex.
Okay, if it calls them to do that, do it every single time. Drive them all the way back.
3rd and 16 now. From 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 16 after a couple false start penalties. 29-22, under 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Still a lot of time left. And just evading a tackle, but going down. Like a couple of Manor players got in on the back there, and they both look banged up. But they got there in a hurry. I see that's Malachi Dunn, slow to get up.
Maybe 13?
Yeah, Dunn, and I think that would have been Damian Godley. I think it was 29 and 1. 29 being Dunn, 1 being Godley. But that brings up 4th down, and now this is a punt situation. This isn't even a go-for-it situation, I don't think. Because even though the Manor offense has stagnated on the last couple of drives, this Manor defense has looked good tonight. They have been dealt a bad hand for a lot of the evening, and they have held up. But here, getting the punt away, kicking away from the returner. And that one, at the end of the day, takes a Manor bounce up across the 10. So a fantastic stand by this Manor defense, getting the ball this far deep into their own territory once again, and then forcing a punt out of it, not just stopping them. They've turned them over on downs a few times here tonight. Twice, one in each half. This one, Jackson Cofield making a couple of big plays for Manor. Here we go. Hutto showing pressure. They'll keep it on the ground, and it's a nice hold to the right side. Still on his feet, rumbling up across the 15-yard line is Xavier Hill. Second down and 4. Huff takes the snap. They'll fake the handoff, throw over the middle, and nearly intercepted again.
It went through 2 pairs of Hutto hands.
Yeah, didn't see the linebacker there, it looks like. Or telegraphing, staring down his receiver. Jordan Clark has been the man tonight for, for Manor. 2:19 to play here in the quarter. But now Huff. 3 receivers bunched there at the bottom of your screen. Huff looking, firing, and did he pull it down? He did! What a catch! Another impressive play by Jordan Clark, pulling that one off the back of the DB's jersey. And that is a big first down for Manor.
Was that me or did someone?
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Handoff up the middle and a nice hole in. All the way slips a tackle. Going all the way, Xavier Hill. You can kiss him goodbye.
Well, please don't. We still need him.
And the Manor Mustangs able to respond here after forcing the big punt off the turnover with a big score, and finally breaking free is Xavier Hill. After the impressive catch on third down from Jordan Clark, give it to the halfback. Let him go. I was trying this fake out. It worked once. I just don't think you can bust that kind of a thing out again. So they'll just send the kicking unit out, Xavier Weaver out for another try. And this one is going to be blocked, and flags are down, but this could be a couple of points saving tackle here from Cam Huff, and it is. Nice job by the QB chasing it down. He was the holder. There on the recovery was Cameron Banks, but when flags come in like that and they got back that quickly, a lot of times you could you kind of know who this is going to be on. But like you said tonight, you never know. As it stands, it's just a failed try, and it'll be a kick here. Still waiting. Feels like this is going to be against, well, felt like Manor, but now I'm thinking it might be Hutto. And yeah, I think it's just going to be. Is it another penalty on the kick? As it stands, a 13-point lead with Manor getting ready to kick the ball off. And, I mean, the special teams unit. And they will kick it from the 40. The kicking unit for Manor is, it's been rare that they've kicked from the spot they're supposed to tonight. But here in the third quarter, 35-22. The kick, it's a short one, will be returned by number 17, Hunter for net. And he will be brought down across the 30 to the 34. Here's another crack for the Hutto offense, trying to answer after the Manor score, and a quick throw out to the left side, trying to make a man miss. That's Harry Fields out on the left side. Gain of a couple up across the 35. Low snap. Stefik swings it out to the left side. It's Chavez making a couple miss, just trying to find a spot for it, but that was well read by the Manor defense. I don't think he made the 40-yard line there. That brings up third down and long. Third and medium, about third and 5 or 6. Now just with a minute to go before the fourth quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. And I don't think they definitely didn't get it. Didn't see, was that Chavez on the carry? Looks, yes, it was number 1. Keelan, the junior. Brings up fourth down. Now decision time here. They're going to have to get this playoff before the end of the quarter. That'd be a nice little timeout for them. But it's 4th and a yard. And this is a big play. It will keep it on the ground and getting some push and across the 45-yard line. First down and 10, Hutto.
Honestly, I think the line's getting very tired compared to whenever they started the game. They're getting a lot weaker, it seems. And a lot of things are also still getting through them.
Stefik rolling to his left. He gets the pass off. And that'll move the chains out of bounds. And that will likely do it for the quarter, unless they try quickly to get a playoff. The clock should wind on the whistle. And they'll get back to the line here. Takes a snap, Stefik fakes the run, gonna try the pass. He's got a man and he missed him. Running free was Jaden Fields. And with the angle that the corners had, it looked like he was going to be able to walk in for 6, but just off the mark for Caden Stefik. And we'll have one more play yet. On a 2nd and 10, and immediately blown up in the backfield. Chavez, as he touched the ball, was running to the back of one of his own linemen. It's a loss of 3 on the play. And that is a quality way to end the third quarter for this Manor defense. We will come back in just about 30 seconds. The score is 35-22, a very action-packed third quarter. Manor with the pair of touchdowns. Hutto with just the one, so it is 35-22 going into the fourth quarter. And it's been a fun one. Manor, love to see them hold on, get their first win of the season on a homecoming, and what really matters is their first district contest of the game for the ever-approaching playoffs. I know it's these seasons fly by so fast. We're already several weeks into this thing, so we'll go ahead and step aside when we come back. Fourth quarter action. You're watching Manor football on Vype. Right back in on the action. Stefik on a 3rd down and long. Overthrew his receiver, but a one-handed snag. Nice play by Jaden Fields, but not a ton is going to come out of it. He'll get past the original line of scrimmage to the 40, but they need about 7 more yards. Empty backfield, and I think they got him again. Throwing downfield, and this one caught. And trying to stay on his feet, couldn't, but it's still going to be plenty for a first down. Number 17, Hunter Fournette, sophomore backup quarterback. Seen him on special teams, seen him as a receiver, seen him take a play at quarterback. Penalty is declined, of course, as it is offsides. Hadn't fallen for that in the second half, but falls for it in a big spot there. Then a nice play by Fournette to pick up the first down, and now knocking on the door. It's Hutto once again. Stefik will keep it on the ground, handing it to Chavez and picking up a few. Ball at the 10. Still could pick up a first down around the 5-yard line. Stefik takes a low snap, looking, firing, and that one is caught, but not into the end zone. Looking over the middle at Fields once again. Another low snap, and this one dumped in the backfield. I mean, who has been in the backfield all game for Manor? It's been Jackson, Cofield, and Eddie Robinson, and that's who made the play there. Second down and goal from the 5. After a loss of a couple, man in motion, and they will keep it with the quarterback, and a nice job by Caden Stefik fooling the defense as he runs in for his second rushing touchdown of the game to make it now 35-28, pending an extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Another flag right there at the end of the play. Hippos fight. Kick is good. Personal foul. That's going to go against. It looked like he signaled both ways, but he definitely signaled towards Manor. He might have been saying it was on the kickoff, but just another big penalty. Doesn't change the outcome of that play, but it should change the outcome of the start of the drive. But now a 6-point lead with 10.5 minutes to go. But a crucial opportunity for this Manor defense to try and put some points on the board. As it is a 6-point game, a field goal would indeed make it a 2-possession game. Still too early to be thinking about the clock, I think. Timeouts up on the board I don't think are right. It says Hutto doesn't have any left. I don't remember them calling 3. You see here, now is a perfect opportunity to try for one of those high kicks. Or you could just try for a touchback, send it out of the end zone. So here we go. Yep, exactly what I thought they would go for. Now this is going to bounce in between, and now Woods is going to have to chase it down. That worked out perfectly for Hutto. Woods tried to play it on a bounce, but that's the thing about a football. Doesn't bounce right. So that'll put Manor with 95 yards to go here, 5-yard line with 10 minutes, 28 seconds.
Very possible.
Yeah, certainly, but just a long night of not putting themselves in the best position to win, despite some really good play otherwise. You can point to every guy on the field, I mean, on this offense, and conjure up 2-3 plays that each of them have made. Keeping it on the ground here. Hippo defense sniffing that one out, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a loss. Because we can't lose much.
That's true. Good noise from the crowd here. As the defense definitely jumped first there, but then they didn't snap the ball and the offense jumped. It is a neutral zone infraction as the defense jumped first, causing the offense to move. So a nice job by Cam Huff executing that hard count, that cadence. Got him to jump again, but the offense didn't jump that time. So we will play on. 7 seconds on the play clock now. They'll bring a man in motion. It's Clark. Looking for him. It's a low throw. He's going to try and get around a nice block. And he's got a step, and he's going to keep going before he's forced out of bounds. Looked like he was just a couple inches away from breaking that thing, but instead it's they'll certainly take it, a first down. And honestly, if you're Manor, I think you'd rather sustain a drive, but of course you're certainly not going to turn down a big chunk play from one of your best players.
Over nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. But a good job on the perimeter. The Wide receiver's doing just enough to block that from that little swing pass. But now, not helping out Hill much as he's dropped for a loss. So second down and long. Clark in motion. They fake his way and then fire it. Look like a little slant complete to Jason Bermea. Good pickup there on second down and long to get it back and then some. So third down and 6. Need the 42. Just 8 minutes to play now. Clock continues to roll. 5 seconds on the play clock. Play action. Huff looking, rolling, and he's going to lose the ball, but it's going to go out of bounds. So this will be a punt situation, and that has not always gone smoothly tonight for Manor. But a good job. I mean, you could tell he was thinking about firing that ball off, but learned from his mistake previous in the game, and he did lose it, but he ultimately just, ate it. Live to die another day. I mean, that's one of the most important things a quarterback can do is, not they have the ball in every play. It's not shoot your team in the foot. And Cam Huff has been largely pretty good tonight. Does have an interception. When I take your interception and I raise you the 4 or 5 touchdowns, the 4 touchdowns that he has. Sprinting in late. I think this will make 11 here for Hutto. And good job getting off, but a better job getting that kick away is Woods. And there to make a return, slipping and going down just on into plus territory was Jaden Fields, and now big series for this Manor defense. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the ball game.
We are still in the lead. Let's just hold on to it.
Absolutely.
It is a very close game, though.
Well, yeah, it's been a fun one. We promised you in the pregame, but a little triple option action here. And an excellent job by the Manor secondary there. He's swarming on that ball. It's been a great atmosphere here tonight in Manor, Texas, for our second Manor Vype broadcast of the year. The good Hutto crew down the hall for us. But here's Stefik looking, firing. He's got his man.
Pushed out of bounds.
Yes, indeed. 43-yard line, so that'll bring up third down and manageable. Give him the 41.
But how manageable? Because lately, they've been getting the third down constantly.
Here's Stefik. Another low snap. He'll give it to Chavez, and Chavez has enough.
Someone lost a towel.
Was a quarterback, lost his towel, got it back.
Doesn't that mean they want a duel or something?
But now, as this game continues, starting to get dangerously low on time, nearly halfway through the quarter. Now it's all about who can make the play. Braylon Johnson moving over to right tackle here. Coming in motion is Fournette. Rolling, and they'll find Fournette. He lost it right in his hands. Would have had a little bit of room to run, but dropped it. 2nd down and 10.
I'm just going to say there are some occasions Manor is getting lucky.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's the name of the game. Success is, hard work and luck put together. But now on a 2nd down and 10, got to give the Manor defense opportunities to make some plays. And here's Chavez, makes a cut, and a nice one. And the big gain there as he is dragged down from behind right at the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains. Clock continues to wind. Totally worried about all that yet. Looks like Adams shaking up again a little bit on the play. He makes his way over to the sideline. Fournette coming in motion again. Looking for somewhere to go with it as the quarterback firing incomplete. Just getting rid of that ball was Caden Stefik. Good job by the Manor defense, just keeping that play in check. A lot of moving parts to this Hutto offense, and shaking up on the play is Justin Parker. .550 left.
Is number 99 still out there?
Keep an eye on him if he's on the bench. It's a low snap, and this got to be a false start. Yeah, Osara Naya there. Holding his helmet, but on the sidelines.
Okay.
Had the interception on the first possession of the game. And another penalty. I mean, Manor has had all sorts of, they've had several offsides, but they've had a bunch of 15-yard conduct type of penalties, which they're much bigger blows, but Hutto has had a little bit of a death by 1,000 paper cuts kind of a thing, where they get themselves in good position, they pick up a false start. Sometimes 2, and it's just stalled drives. I mean, they have a few turnovers on downs that probably wouldn't have happened if they just didn't commit penalties. But here's Stefik rolling, firing, and juggled on a sliding catch. Are they going to give it to him? They will. That brings up 3rd down. Ball at the 15-yard line. It says first, but it should be okay. Stefik. Chavez with him in the backfield. 3 receivers to your right. Only receiver lined up on the right side is Jaden Easley, the senior. Whistle and a time called by Manor.
Near the end of the game, how many timeouts do they have?
I think they have 1 left.
That was a good time to use it. Now, the next one I would hold on to for a little while, just in case something serious goes wrong.
Yeah, they said Hutto has used all 3 of their timeouts based on the scoreboard. I don't remember that, so I don't want to say that is absolutely true, but 5 minutes, 11 seconds as it stands. The only timeout, there's 1 of them. It belongs to Manor.
$10 here.
Yeah, just crossing over 10 o'clock. 9:59 right now.
And still 5 minutes left in this quarter.
5 minutes left in the ball game. 5 minutes, 11 seconds to be exact. Got started a little after 7 here tonight.
Well, I guess we're keeping on the 3-hour time thing.
Yeah, a little over. This will be a little over a 3-hour game, under 3.5, most barring overtime. Who doesn't want free football? Here's Stefik. Man in motion goes Fields. They'll give it to the running back in a wide open lane for Chavis, and he runs into the end zone for 6. That is his second touchdown of the game. And coming back to tie this game is Hutto with an extra point pending, 35-35. Extra point has been by no means automatic tonight.
There's been some times when it's just doesn't go. It's been blocked.
Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Okay.
So with 5 minutes and 4 seconds, Hutto takes the lead.
With 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point game is all you need, but that is the first lead of the game for Hutto.
So it is very possible that Manor still wins.
Well, sure. They've got a timeout. Time is not the issue. It's scoring that's the issue, and Manor has done a pretty good job of that tonight. 35 points, 5 touchdowns.
I mean, literally a field goal could be what wins it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ready to boot the ball away. Carlos Sorto from the 40-yard line.
So with the fact that they know that a field goal could win it for them, I'm positive they're just going to punt it all the way as hard as they could.
Yeah, short field is not what you need here if you're Hutto.
Someone's upset.
Here's a kick, fair catch called for. Woods lost it and now got to dive on it, and it looks like they do. Well, Woods has had a couple of miscues back there. Fortunately for Manor, it still sets them up with decent field position. You know, they started the last drive back at the 5. They're at the 20 here. Huff, and that one's going to be batted down at the line. Now second down at 10, 5 minutes to go. Back to it. 2 receivers on either side of the ball. Huff looking, firing over the middle, and nearly intercepted just off the hands of LaPlante. And there's been a couple of those.
Come on, Hutto. Shoot, Manor.
Just need one big play here.
Yep. Like a 100-yard play.
And here comes Cyphers. Running up in the slot. Empty backfield here for Huff.
So that means he's throwing probably.
Coming into the backfield on motion is Clark. We have seen Huff use his legs, not a ton tonight. Huff looking, firing. He's got his man and breaking free. Jordan Clark down the sideline. It's a foot race and they're not going to catch him. It's a house call for Jordan Clark. His 3rd touchdown of the night. And just like that, the Mustangs have the lead once again.
Yep. Now, that's how you respond.
Extra point here. I can see both philosophies for what you want to do. Because if you go for 2, makes it a 7-point game. They've hit their last few, but the extra points have not come so easy tonight for Hutto. But I think I'd rather just boot it through and make it a true touchdown lead.
If possible, and I know my team can do it, I would go for the 2.
And they're sending the offense out, that's for sure. And I like this.
Oh, they're doing it again.
Are they going to call a timeout? Yeah, they're going to call their last timeout here. And with the lead, 4 minutes, 41 seconds, I think you're trusting that your defense can get a stop. Given that we have a little bit of time to wait on it, I'll go ahead and update the scoreboard here now. 41-36. And it's been an exciting one. I mean, I mentioned pregame, this is a game where points are going to be scored. Gave up, Hutto did, 56 points in a win over Cedar Ridge where they scored 63. Gave up 31 in a loss to Judson. Did beat San Marcos in the team that's, rebuilding a little bit right now, 63-8. So this Hutto team can score, but that they can be scored upon at times. And the same could be said for Manor, of course, but here we go.
It would be smart in this situation right here. The trick play.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's been so long since they did it.
They're not lined up for it. I think this is just their legit best shot at a 2-point play. Couple of men in motion. Changing sides is Hill.
Oh.
And they do a little trickeration here. Now with the ball is Woods. Woods going to try and take it himself, and he is going to take a big hit, but he's going to be into the end zone. That's a 2-point conversion. I think the plan there was not exactly that, but Woods calling his own number, lowering the shoulder, blowing him up at the line, and that is 2 huge points for the Mustangs. So now it's up to the defense. Four minutes, 41 seconds to go, and this has been an excellent football game here tonight on Vype Live. We are happy you're with us. Now ready to boot the ball deep. Big number 90, Xavier Weaver.
Now in this situation, there's still a huge chance it's going to be a close game. It's still a close game.
Oh yeah, I mean, you need a big stop, and right now, Hutto can't stop the clock. Barring first downs and getting out of bounds, they can't call timeouts. So this has got to be the most locked in the defense is going to be.
No one has any timeouts remaining. It's literally just them and the clock. So this how they use their time is going to really matter.
Little line drive. Scooped up. And a nice little return here going up across the 40-yard line. A flag comes in. You see jumping up and down, upset about it is Randall, and I think doesn't see that flag behind him because this is going to go against Hutto. Manor looking for their first win on the season here on homecoming. And more importantly, this is a district contest. That brutal 8-game slate, you only get 2 out-of-district games here. Got some tough ones. Got some tough road games and some tough home games here. for Manor. You know, they're playing these big schools in this tough district. But it's another low snap for Stefik. He's rolling to his right, looking for somewhere to go. He throws, and that ball is fit into a snug window. Trying to jump that ball and pick it off was Godley, but instead it'll be a gain of about 9 yards for Jaden Easley. Clock marches on a 2nd and 1. Stefik, good snap, looking, being chased away, and this ball's intercepted! Threw it right into the hands of the linebacker, and that is the big play the Mustangs needed.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I hit the camera in the wrong direction.
And who else? I think Jackson Cofield was there on the play. Big number 5. He's been in the backfield all game for this Mustang defense. He's been making tackle after tackle, and there he is with the huge INT, setting up the Mustang offense at the 35-yard line of the Hippos. 7-point lead, 3 minutes, 59 seconds remaining. And Caden Stefik, I mean, he's been good today. He has been playing, I mean, mostly mistake-free football. I mean, they've had a lot of issues at the line in terms of false starts. He's had some trouble with some snaps, but I don't think most of those have been his fault. And just a critical error there, rolling out, trying to make a play. And here comes Cam Ward. And he's going to keep it himself. Nowhere to go with it, but he's just pushed back, bounced out, trying to make a play. Going to cut back to the middle of the field. Nice job to keep the clock rolling. Made that mistake at the end of the first half. He knew he wasn't going to get anywhere. He could have taken, maybe a yard to dive out of bounds, get back to the line of scrimmage. Instead, he'll just take the loss of a couple and try and keep the clock moving. Took a gamble, because now it's going to be harder to move the sticks and ice the game. But perhaps better to give your opponent the least amount of time possible as you try and ice the game.
Right now, if I'm this close to a touchdown, I'm still going for that touchdown. Just to make it even easier on my team.
Keep it on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And doing a good job dragging a tackler forward and picking up a couple yards is Xavier Hill. He's got one. And a timeout. And, yeah, okay, Hutto. That's what we thought. The clock up on the board is incorrect. So now 3 minutes. Hutto does have some timeouts to use.
Know how many?
Seven-point ball game. 2:55 to go. 3rd down and long for Hutto, or for Manor, and the Hutto defense.
For this situation, pass play. It's worked out so well for him. There are some.
Yeah, I mean, I might not disagree there, just because there's ways to stop the clock in high school football. I mean, you can spike it, you can get out of bounds, you can pick up first downs. So a little aggressive, because the difference between 3 minutes and 2 minutes and 40 seconds, or 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Huff in the air, looking to make a play. He's got a lot of space on the left side. He's going to take it himself. A flag comes in the back. And Huff dragged down. It will be 4th down depending on the flag. I think it's going to be a hold, but spotted at the 29-yard line. It'll be 4th and 4 as it stands. And the referee here looks like he's signaling a legal block in the back. And now I think here you're thinking about wasting clock again.
Maybe. Or just trying to get as close to the touchdown. Just so they have a lot more room to go.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're definitely still thinking picking up yards, but now on a 3rd down and more than 20.
2nd down, apparently.
It's 2nd down.
Yeah?
No, 3rd down. All right, they changed it back. Clock will start on the snap.
What?
Because right now, as it stands, Hutto could get the ball back with just under 2 minutes left. Now here's Huff looking to throw. They're going to fire over the middle. It's a risky pass, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that was so close to an interception. Number 9 had his hands on that ball.
Carlos Sordo, the kicker. More importantly, making big plays as a defensive back.
Someone's down on the field.
It's a hippo.
Based on that situation, I think he got landed on by 2 different people, which hurts.
Yeah, he's down. But now with 2:41, it's 4th down, still a 7-point ball game.
Sadly, this stops the clock. But
Well, the incomplete pass did, yeah.
this does not look good.
I think he'll be all right, just kind of working out that leg, lower body.
Was it a cramp?
I'm not sure. Just hope he can make his way up off the field. I think he seems to be in good spirits, and they're helping him up now. That's Cameron Banks, the senior.
He's staying off one of his legs.
Yeah, he's favoring it, but he's walking off the field mostly under his own power.
Oh, he is completely under his own power now. Limping a little, but heck, you got landed on by 2 different people. I would expect you to limp a little bit after that.
So 4th down and long. Got to think about flipping the field here. But the offense is out on the field. They got a free play here. Huff rolling, gonna fire and incomplete. I don't see a flag.
Why? That was obviously...
They had somebody jump. Did he get back in time? And it looks like the risk is not going to pay off. And instead of getting one more shot at it and trying to flip the field, Hutto's going to get the ball with 2.5 minutes with about 53 yards to go.
Oh, okay.
Make it 54, ball at the 46-yard line. An aggressive call, trying to put this game on ice as there's a low snap thrown to the right side and incomplete. Now it's up to the defense once again. Got the interception. Offense couldn't quite run the game out. 2.5 minutes to play.
Are they doing the 2-minute emergency timeout kind of thing?
No, still don't have that in high school. Stefik looking, he's got time, throwing downfield, and that is knocked away. Fantastic play by Ronzel Woods, because they had Keelan Chavez open down the seam.
I'm just going to say, number 6, he's made a lot of plays and stopped a lot of plays.
Yeah, absolutely. But making some big ones down the stretch here in the homecoming court here at halftime. Now 3rd down and 10. Got the defense to wiggle, but no flag's going to fly. Stefik throwing downfield, and that's going to be incomplete.
Again, I think number 6 stopped it.
I think that's a similar play to what just happened to Manor on 4th down, where maybe Caden Stefik thought that there was going to be a free play, and there just wasn't one. And now, this for the game for the Hippos. Manor on homecoming night, 0-2 on the season, looking to pick up their first win in their first game of district play against a talented Hutto team. Here it is, 4th and 10. Stefik looking, rolling, fires over the middle. He's got his man. He's right there at the boundary. And with the second effort, did he get there? I don't think he did. He needed the 44. He got the 45. And Manor's defense stands up just a half a yard short, and the Mustangs take over on downs.
I think he was like 2 inches away from that.
No, yeah. I mean, if there was a 5th down, that's 5th in inches. Well, you know, they ruled him a little further upfield than it looked, so fortunate spot there for Manor either way.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that where we left the ball at before?
They'll put it on the ground. It's Hill. Hill's got a little bit of space on the right side. Now Hutto going to use another timeout. 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd down and 9. And I mean, all you're thinking about right now is the clock and trying to pick up a first down to finish off this game. Might need to get a little creative with it. Maybe bring some guys in motion just with the weapon that is Jordan Clark. Because Hill, he's broken a few, but I imagine his yards per carry is not quite where he'd like it to be tonight. There's been a lot of these 2nd down and longs. Not always his fault. Sometimes the blocks haven't been there. Sometimes Hutto makes a nice play, but you know Cam Huff can use his legs. Hill, Clark. Woods has made some plays with his legs too.
I honestly think it's going to come down to the line. Whichever line can hold out more.
And there's some of that trickeration that I wanted to see, and bursting forward to the 45-yard line sets up 3rd down and 1. They brought Clark in motion, and they handed it off to Hill, threw the defense off balance, and that's going to be the final timeout here for Hutto. And here, it's a big spot. 3rd down and a yard.
They're definitely going to carry it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to keep it on the ground. That's all you can do. But with now 1 minute and 53 seconds, Manor needs legit 1 yard. And then they can bring out the victory formation.
It's probably going to be the longest yard. But like I was saying, it's going to come down to the line.
It is, right here. Need the push.
Just need them to get their 2nd wind, because they're tired.
Quick snap, they'll hand it off, and plenty. Hill, 1st down, and that should be the ball game. Hutto can't stop the clock. The clock winds on the spotting of the ball, and now there's 1 minute and 45 and 25 seconds on the play clock. Give or take a second. See, the coaches in the other room here appear to be excited.
Victory
But just do the math. Don't do anything you don't need to do.
Hold the ball as long as you can.
I mean, the play clock is 40 seconds. One more snap and they can clock this thing. And what a game, what a win if they are able to successfully kneel this thing out and hold on. Tremendous football game here. had a little bit of everything. Had some turnovers for both teams. Had some nice defensive plays, some big explosive offensive plays. Just now got to do your job. Don't want to pull the old Mario crystal ball. Sorry if there's any Hurricanes fans listening. That's a stray. I mean, we all think of it, don't we? And that will be the final kneel down, and that will do it. And whoa, a little acrobatics from Woods there. No, yeah, that was Clark, I think.
Did he do a backflip?
A little somersault, little handspring situation, but what a football game that we were able to witness here tonight. Absolutely happy to bring this one to you. 10 seconds on the clock, and I think that'll do it for the Hippos. 43-36 is going to be your final score here from Manor, Texas. And it's been a fun one. And a really, really important win for Manor because they have a schedule coming up, I'll tell you that. This next game, they do go on the road. I think that's going to be at Kelly Reeves. We will not have that broadcast for you, but I think we might have it on Vype in the Westwood crew at Westwood on the 26th. Then that's the last game in September. Then October 4th, we will be here for what should be a great game. Round Rock, the Dragons coming to town on October 4th, then another road game that we'll miss, Stony Point. So the next two games that we will broadcast will be for the Mustangs, Round Rock and Vandergrift. Year in, year out, the two toughest teams in the district. So that should be a great test for Manor, who always, they were just on the outside looking into the postseason last year. Got a whole new team this year, a lot of young guys getting a lot of playing time, so it should be a fun one for the rest of the season. I know we're also doing New Tech. I think we got a New Tech game on the broadcast next week. But that'll do it for us until October. You have any final thoughts here, Harley?
One thing I didn't see tonight, Gatorade bath.
Yeah, no Gatorade bath for the first win of the season. Yeah, they say no dog piles till Omaha, no Gatorade bath till you're in the postseason, I guess. But that'll wrap it up for us here. Just a huge game from Jordan Clark. Had 3 touchdowns, including what ended up being the game winner. Xavier Hill kind of iced the game with the carry of his own. Some nice plays from him, including a big, long touchdown run to make it 35-22 earlier in the game. But I can't say enough good things about this Manor team, or this Hutto team. Did a great job. That quarterback, Caden Stefik, was all over the field tonight, running the ball a little bit, putting the ball where it needed to be, getting the ball in the end zone. 43-36, that's a lot of scoring. Just a super fun game, and you can see how excited the Mustangs are down here on the field, getting a nice dub on homecoming. But with these good feelings, going to go ahead and sign off. One more thing.
Couldn't we confidently say that number 6, Mr. Woods, is the MVP of this game?
He's playing both ways, so he did a fantastic job. But him and Jordan Clark were huge. Also, Jackson Cofield, if we want to keep giving out player of the game type honors, had the big interception, was all over the field on defense. Eddie Robinson